So, I wasn't going to mention anything about this, but I have been thinking lately, why not share? I feel like experiences like these are more common than we think. It's just that people are, I guess, embarrassed to talk about them. I was thinking people would think I'm crazy or making it up or something, but I can tell you what I'm about to say is verifiable, true, and I think it will add extra color to why we have been so excited with this unique experience we find ourselves in during this journey with our kittens. And since we've been sharing everything else cat related, why not come forward with this? And you can take it for what it is. And what it is mind-blowing. If you have followed this channel, then you know we brought Matilda, or Tilly, home on March 13th from the adoption agency. I am going to go through some dates here because it's relevant to the story, so bear with me. We brought her back to the agency on March 27th for her second deworming, where they inspected her and made sure everything was good. But we also wanted her to be seen by her own vet, which we brought her to on March 22nd. Tilly was scheduled to be spayed on Tuesday, April 4th, and we were hoping our vet could do it sooner so we could move things along with Pippa and Tilly, so she didn't have to be locked up in a room all day. They couldn't do it, but we did let her out anyway. The following Wednesday in the late afternoon, March 29th, was a dreary day, and Tilly and I fell asleep next to each other on the couch after a hard day's work. I had a dream that involved Tilly. In the dream, I was out for a walk on a spring day, and I heard Tilly. She was making a trill off in the bushes. She had this very round belly, and if you look at the earlier videos of Tilly, she was skinny, so this was out of place to me. She was asking me to follow her, not unlike this scene where she eventually asked me to come with her to the birth box. I followed her, but I lost her in the forest, and then I heard her again. This time I found her in this bushy patch of pink and yellow flowers. I looked down into the bush asking her what's going on, and she moves. And there were 3 baby purring kittens. I remember them being all black, but it was clear at this moment they were hers, because they were black and because her belly was gone. I woke up as it was nearly time for dinner, and I turned to Michelle and I said, I just had the weirdest dream that Tilly was pregnant. Michelle was like, oh, that would be absolutely crazy. And then we went about our business. But over the next several days, Michelle took notice that one of Tilly's nipples was sticking out. There was no real weight gain, certainly not the belly I saw in my dream, even though she never really had a giant belly. She was more pregnant on her sides, which was interesting to learn, but I associated the belly with her being pregnant and delivering in the dream. Michelle looked up the nipple thing and said this is called pinkening up. Now, it was just one nipple and barely visible, but it was enough to give us pause considering the statement I made. I told my in-laws about the dream as well, and they thought it was weird. But by that point, Tilly had gained maybe a little bit more weight and was always hungry. We called the vet and they said they would not check for pregnancy before doing the spay, which was scheduled, of course, for that following Tuesday. So we decided to bring her in for an emergency appointment on April 3rd, just to check, because at this point, we just had this feeling based on that dream. And it turned out she was pregnant. Now, the vet said she was pregnant with 4 kittens, so it was a little different than my dream, but still so surreal. Tilly actually gave birth to 5 kittens, which is unbelievable because I still don't know how they all fit in there. That is another secret on this channel that we didn't want to disclose. On April 16th, when she gave birth, she had 4 living kittens with a 5th that was born stillborn. That loss stung, and we debated whether or not we should say anything. We had already started this YouTube channel, and we didn't want to have to tell children that one of the kittens was born deceased. So we stuck with the 4 kittens that we originally advertised. But we also lost one on the morning of April 17th, which was devastating. I'm still hurt by that till this day, so it's all I'm going to say about that. But it makes it even more odd that 3 of the 5 kittens survived, the exact number from my original dream. The flower patch with the pink and yellow flowers was another thing that stood out to me in my dream. At the end of March, there weren't any flowers in bloom. I don't know how they ended up in the dream, but I used these colors for our channel, which is why you see all of our videos in yellow and pink. I'm not actually that big of a fan of yellow, but I guess it's growing on me. Going back to all of those dates I mentioned, at no point did our vet or the adoption agency have any idea that Tilly was pregnant through the various examinations of her. So when I say in earlier videos that if Tilly had stayed at the adoption agency or been adopted by someone else, that it's almost a certainty no one would have noticed and all of the kittens would have been lost. That's because she would have made it to her spay date without anyone knowing or paying attention to any of the signs of pregnancy, and they would have done the spay and she would have lost them. The only reason we checked was because of that dream. And even on the date we brought her to be checked, she did not look pregnant. Now, I still maintain that the root of the kittens being here is because of Pippa. If Pippa wasn't such a wonderful and great friend to us, we wouldn't have been looking to enhance her life with a second cat. So we would have never come across Tilly. This dream would have never happened, and there would never have been these kittens. The rest is documented history, as you can see through the many videos we have posted here. I still don't know what to make of all of it, but it definitely adds to our experience here, and we thought maybe it was time to share. The dream doesn't tell me whether or not these kittens were meant for us, or if there's any meaning to any of this at all, because it could just all be a coincidence too. But who they were meant for is really wrapped into the exploration we're doing on this channel, and the things we come up with each day to determine the answer. But you can see why I personally would like to keep them. Not only am I attached to their mom, I feel beyond connected here because of that original dream. Anyway, there's also my favorite thing during this journey that wouldn't have happened if we didn't start this channel, which is how we end these videos. So, subscribe to join the pride, scratch out some comments down below, use your mouse to share this video, and put your paws on that like button. That's all for today. We'll see you in the next video.